Ah, okay. Greetings, king, queens, and fiends. Feel like I've been drinking like every day since I've been out here in Serbia, and it can't be good for my health. So I got me a little power pack, little smoothie. While I enjoy this rainy evening, Friday in Serbia, on my little balcony at my Airbnb, and I've been pondering this topic for a while, thinking about how to answer this question: Is Serbia racist? Um, is Are the Balkans a racist region in general? And before I decided to come out here to Serbia, my perspective on the, say, recent history in Serbia with other countries kind of led my belief that Serbia is quite racist. But after spending some time here and some time in surrounding countries as well, I really can't say that the question actually fits the region. I think it's not specific enough. Or just asking the question from a Western lens, if a country is racist, it kind of implies, at least as an American, that you're probably specifically talking about a specific race that's or a large demographic in the West. For instance, myself, I'm black. There ain't no black people here. So why would people have some sort of negative association with black people here, or positive even? It reminds me of a quote from Franz Boas, the anthropologist. Fuck, I'm gonna mess this up. Let me look this up real quick. The behavior of a individual is not determined by his race, but based off of his cultural behavior and his environment. And I still fucked it up, I'm sure, but you get the gist. We don't associate negative or positive biases towards an individual or a group uh, until we've interacted with them. Before that, we have hearsay, right, from media, from other individuals. But until a community experiences another community, there isn't that association. And I guess in some ways, and I've seen this here, Serbia is having a lack of African influence or African American, specifically regarding myself. Um, Most of the influence has been positive. Basketball players coming in from the West to play teams here, hip hop, uh, so much black culture. There's so many girls out here with box braids and dreads and stuff because the culture's out here. People, they got their own flavor of it, but it's out here. And I think this is interesting. So would I say Serbia is racist? No, not to me. Not towards me specifically. It's one of those places in the world where people are going to stop you on the street to ask for a selfie. It's one of those places where you're definitely going to see you're in a niche, but it's a pretty popular niche. Most people are going to give you the time of day to have a conversation. They're very kind, very caring people here. And if you tell them that you want to learn the language and the culture, they're going to be very happy to hear it. So I would say towards me specifically, great place to be. But once again, the question isn't really fitting for, I think, a general audience of people who are looking to see if Serbia is safe for them. Uh, is Serbia racist? Mm, and maybe if you're brown, if you're Muslim, uh, if you're Arab, if you're I don't want to use the wrong term here, but there's a lot of terms. Alevi, we say in Turkish. I say we, I'm not Turkish, but that's what Turkish people say. Alevi, Romani, Roman people. If you are that, you're gonna get some suspicious looks generally. But actually, no, I take that back. You're not gonna get suspicious looks. You're gonna get, and this is what I actually appreciate about Serbia. You're gonna get a casual indifference, and people are generally going to judge you off of your character from a first impression. And I think that applies to everyone. If you're Bosnian, Croatian, a gypsy, Arab, whatever, people's first interaction, or maybe seeing you in the environment interacting with others, is going to be how they are going to perceive you, how they're going to treat you here. And I think this is actually a great thing. Now, there are some definite uh, biases that exist in the society towards those groups. But I think for individuals that exist in those groups, if you come off as someone that has acclimated to society culturally and linguistically, I think that's a big one there, because there are some countries in the surrounding area that speak a similar language, but kind of refuse to speak the Serbian tongue here. They'll just use their own dialect, which is just like a little drama there, but that's not the serious thing. That doesn't cause fights. But yeah, if you appear as someone that shows respect and kindness to others, basically, if you appear as hardworking, then I don't think you get much of an issue here. You don't get much flack. Which, by all accounts, I mean, if we're going to judge a society based off of their initial perception of an individual and how they treat someone, on the street and a job interview, et cetera, et cetera, if they aren't treating you in a negative way until they understand who or how you are, I think that's a pretty good society. I think that might be better than many places I've been to in the world. Many places in the Balkans don't really do that. So it's good. It's good. Um, I think if you're someone who's a person of color from any background, you'll be safe here. There are hooligans that exist, but they're not in Belgrade. I mean, at least they're not in the central part of Belgrade, at least. Your biggest headache, your biggest fear will be finding a reasonably priced apartment because this Rushflation is real. Like this inflation from this Russian, say, situation is hurting. I cannot find a cheap apartment around here. There's a few places, but it's slim picking these days. But yeah, no, if you're someone who's interested and experienced in the Balkans, if you're someone that wants to take a chance at a different culture, someone who maybe wants to see life outside of the EU but still be in Europe, I would suggest coming to Serbia. I don't know how long you should stay here. I've only been here for a few weeks, but I think a month would be a good amount of time to really experience the country. I don't think you need to spend a month in Belgrade, honestly. I think you could spend a week or two here and then like bounce around nature in the south or something. But it's a great place. I feel happy here. I feel comfortable. I'm gonna be here for a while. This place might actually stick on my list for a home outside of the EU. Close to everything, but not quite in the EU. So it has different rules and regulations that, in many ways, can benefit me. The people are very kind. The food is interesting. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had in the world, but it's good. Prices are kind of whack out here, though. It is expensive. If you're trying to save money, don't come here. But yeah, much love. I appreciate my time in Serbia. I'm looking forward to new experiences. Um, and I think if you come here as a person of color, you're not going to have an issue. You're definitely not going to have to defend yourself physically. I don't even think cops are going to harass you. Every time I walk past a cop, they just smile. But that's just me. I don't know. We'll see with you. Give it a shot, though. All right. Peace.